Hello friends, how's everybody doing? It's your friend Jeff playing Ultimate General Civil War with the J&P 1.28.4T6. So I call it the 4T6 mod. Okay, test mod. Alright, I just wanted to make a little camp video. Okay, so therefore I'm gonna load when I did the Potomac fort under MG Light, which is a new difficulty that J&P made, and I had the historical number at size of units at 4 instead of the default 1, so that created a quadruple unit size, and that allows me to, this is the camp when I came out. Now when I did this particular with the same config and I did, you know, capture the train, and when I came out that abnormally happened where I ended up with like 12,000 veterans in my pool, which is, you know, a wonderful event, and J&P can't even give me a straight answer on why that happened. But it didn't happen in the South campaign. So I'm going to load the result of when I came out of this. And so this is where I'm at after that battle. And if we go to the career and we take a look at this battle, we will see that you know, the enemy had 27,000, I had 30,000, and you know, I don't know why they didn't have more than me, but nonetheless, you know, it might have, maybe I changed the historical number, maybe I made theirs a 3 and mine a 4, so that would give me a slight advantage, maybe. I can't remember exactly what I did, because after I played this particular battle and I made the camp save at the end, which is what we're looking at right here, I immediately went into the started a new campaign with the North, and I did that, and because, you know, you don't want to change the config, or maybe I quit the game and I reversed it, like I put historical number 3 for the enemy and a historical number 4 for me. I might have put the same thing on their experience. So I mean, so it's hard to say what I actually did, because, you know, I've done things like that to get this slight advantage, but the anomaly was really a weird event. So I'm just trying to explain why the Union had 27,000 and it looks like I had 30,000. So it's kind of like hard to say, but you can see how I captured 15,000 of them. So, and I killed 12,000 of them. So, you know, whatever it is, right? But I'm trying to make this as a camp video. And if I were to put 2 points into Army Org from that battle and apply it, then that should open up my core. And now my core is, you know, going to be open for at least 3 divisions. But how am I going to do that? And with only this amount of money, and I got a little bit there. So I have 9,000 recruits, and I only have 76 veterans. We're in the Union campaign that abnormally happened, and they gave me 12,000 veterans at this point after the very first battle. So you can see how my Union one on MG Light is kind of fun in a way, because I got that benefit, where in this one I do not. So what I'm trying to say is, how am I gonna approach this to do something? Now, Siegfried here, for example, he's quadrupled the size of, you know, that battle. Like if you just left it at default with the J&P 4T 1.28.4T6 test mod, you would, he would only be like maybe, I don't know, maybe he'd be 1,500 or maybe he'd be like 1,300 or something. But he is the size that he is, and Kemper, and also Cable. Cable might have only been like 12 guns normally, but by quadrupling it, like putting a 4 there, you can see the size of these guys. And then I only have 76 veterans, so I can't really do anything because the game ain't gonna allow me with the org that I have. I can't do nothing, as you can see. There's nothing I can do. So okay, so we know that the general here, there's only 3 choices: either speed, charge, or accuracy for both artillery and infantry. So that is usually what I guess most people do. And then that means, okay, so if I'm going to make a unit, you can see the default here that J&P put into the config, which you could change it, but is on the accuracy. See that? And then here he had horse for speed and rotation. So, but anyways, okay, so now let's get over to here, and I'm just gonna have to scrap him because I can't do anything. So we're gonna go ahead and scrap him. And so then whatever stats he's got right here amongst those 76 veterans that were there is now 38, 50, 68, 43, and 50. And if we look here, we got 33, 50, 67. And then him, he's got lower ones, of course, because he's artillery. So now, this won't cost me anything to put Siegfried here just to open up this division. And I have to look at the money and what can I do. Now, we know that we need 4 units for the next battle, right? Newport News. We know that we need 4 units. And we get some allies here. You can see 4,800, and we're going to go against 25,000 and 84. So that's a heck of a lot of force right there on MG Light. So I don't even know how this is going to work, but anyways. So now I got to figure out, okay, so if I go to the barracks here and I take a look at this, right, I can see that I can buy these 2 captains. So I'll go ahead and do that. And remember in the J&P mod, also, like, I changed the config to be like the vanilla game. So I can make an infantry smallest 500, and of course the J&P bumped it up to 850. But I just like the way it was in the game, and not necessarily that. And that's to prevent me from doing what I'm about to do. But I put it back to 500. So here we go. So I'm going to use the MJG. It has a melee of 85, damage of 3 to 5, and 84, 74, 52, 46, 41. So it is what it is, but we're going to go ahead and do that. And I'm going to go ahead and do another one with these little captain guys here and stuff like that. And I'll go with the MG because we got a lot of them.
Yes, sir.
And like I said, the only reason to put the historical numbers to 3 or 4 was so that way you would have big units and you'd end up with a lot of rifles and a lot of veterans when you scrap them. Because if you look at my pool now, I still have 5,000 veterans. So that is all good. Otherwise, if you didn't do that, you know, I'd only have like 76 veterans, and whatever you had here, which would have been like 1,200 and 12 guns or something, if you didn't do that. So I'm not saying to do that. I'm just saying I did it because I want to have some kind of boost before at playing this game, because it's a hard game to play. But anyways, okay, so then let's see if we can just go to 1,500, because don't forget, in the J&P mod, your minimum infantry, if you didn't change the config, would be 850, and this is where you'd be starting from with these veterans. But that ain't gonna be, because I start at 500, so we're gonna move on, and we're gonna go somewhere around, I'm thinking I'm gonna need at least 1,500. And now he'll go up here, and then on force 2 we'll do the same thing. Now of course, and it's gonna cost 9,000, and it's gonna take 1,000 away from my veteran pool. Like, it originally took 500 from this recruit pool, but now I gotta put the 1,000 guys in the veterans.
Sir, yes, sir!
And so that gives me 2 units. And if we look at our barracks, you know, the question is, how can I do this as cheap as possible? I still need 1 more infantry. I don't know if I have enough rifles. Let me see. Yeah, we do. Okay, so I could go ahead and buy 1 more officer. This guy. And we can go ahead and find the MJ. And that'll cost me 12,000 for the officer. And I'll take 500 recruits. And now with the veterans, we'll punch him up to 1,500. Because I don't know if I were to go like, if I was to, like, say, go to 1,750, right? Yeah, see, this officer can't do it, so I mean, he might not even be able to do 1,500, but I'm gonna take the chance. So let's see. So, bang, I got him. And no, he's okay. So with this officer here, Preston, we can have these 3 guys, and I have to take 35% accuracy, and that'll go along with the 20% accuracy that my general has. But like I said, these guys are gonna have an 85 melee weapon. So, you know, it is what it is. So the question is even when, if he ever does get to 2 stars, do I take more accuracy or do I go with melee? Because he has a good melee weapon, like these 3 guys. And if I lose these guys, they only cost me 1,000 or whatever, and whatever. And I used Siegfried here. Now, we still got 2,000 of the 2-star Siegfried's unit. So I could, let's see if I could make an artillery unit. And we happen to have 14 of these 3-inch ordnance. Now they're not the, you know, like, if you look at that, they're not the, I mean, I don't know, it's not the best weapon, but it is available. So again, in the JP mod and in the vanilla game, the smallest one you can make is 4, which is okay. So I didn't have to change that in the config, I don't think, in the J&P 4T6 or whatever. But anyways, okay, so now I don't know if this captain can manage the guns, but we're gonna find out. It's gonna take 7 to get him to 1. Now see, that's starting to go down. Yeah, see, right now he can't. Officer's rank is low for this size of unit. Yeah, I don't really get it, because like I said, if he can, if a captain can handle 1,500, how does 12 guns or 13 create that problem for him? You know, it doesn't really, because we're only talking a couple hundred guys compared to 1,500, but I don't know. I guess I can't speak for the way this game is, I guess, but alright. So the question would be, could I, because I would like to go up to, I would actually like to go up to 15, but it's going to take 11,000. And he's going to, officer rank is low, combined command. Yeah, I don't know, should I? Alright, let me just do this for now. 12 guns. And I'm thinking I'm gonna go with, as much as I like this, his job isn't gonna be to be right on the line, but I just think that I'm gonna have to have that shell damage. So, you know, that's what I'm gonna have to go with. And I still have 2,000 of those, so can I make another infantry? Now this is where it's gonna get tricky, because if I punch him up to, alright, let's just say, let's go 1350 for now. And again, we'll do another one. And we'll just go to 1350. Oh, yeah. So now don't forget, I'm going to have to scrap him, and I'm going to have to scrap him. But I wanted to try to use up the remaining, and they're not really well, he could have had the second perk, but I scrapped him. So I mean, I'm just thinking that his stats are going to be a little bit better, but we have the lowest officer in these units, and so these numbers are not going to be representative of what Siegfried was. You know, like, had I kept him in his original form is all I'm trying to mention. So anyways, so you know that we're going to scrap these two, so that means I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 units. I need to have 2 more units. But I got to do this the cheapest way possible. And we only have 400 of those guys. So is it possible before scrapping that I could do something else? I don't really have the weapons. Unless I... Yeah, I can't really do it. Like, I'd have to scrap him. And then if I were to make a cav unit with these, which would be a nice, but again, it would kill the money right here. So I'm thinking I'm gonna have to just go with infantry. Is what I'm gonna have to do. And I'm gonna need another officer here. And what do we have in the barracks? Nothing. So if I blow 10 grand to get this guy, because I would want a colonel. I mean, I could go with this one, or what we can do if we're willing to take a penalty, you know, and then all of these guys are gonna be in -2, but you know, I could technically, you know, accept the penalty, right? So we're gonna take a penalty, a morale penalty of -2. And see, so everybody took a hit. Except this guy didn't take a hit. If he did take a hit, yeah, he has a hit, but I mean, look, he's still got a lot. But okay. Okay, so now I'm gonna open up this division with this guy that I got from over here. And that saved me like 10,000-12,000, because, you know, again, the goal that I'm trying to work on is what I have to do at first Bull Run. See, if you look at first Bull Run, which is a grand battle, we defend with 8 units, so we need at least 8. We can actually make more, but it's gonna jump them up. If you look, they're up to 35,000, but we have 15,000 allies. So 15 against a total of 35,000 in MG Light. So I mean, it is what it is. We're not doing that right now, and I ain't doing that right now. I'm just trying to show in a camp some of the things that I think about and what I want to accomplish and stuff like that. So again, I don't know if it'd be best to just scrap Cable and Kemper to go in with these 400, or could I put that 400 into somebody? Like, can I make one more infantry, and we'll take whatever gun is next. So we'll do the reboard for now. Oh yeah, and see, and don't forget too, I don't have, okay, so yeah, right, I only have 423. So all I want to do is put the 423 into this unit. Yeah, the 423. Okay. And he happens to get a perk, and he has a 2%, you know, the -2 penalty. We already know that, but it was to try to save some money in doing this. Normally, if I wasn't too concerned with this, after the second battle, I would then get this officer that was here, and then I wouldn't worry about it, because, you know, if I only would make units that are going to be in the next battle, I wouldn't have all these. And so this whole issue would not apply. You know what I mean? So all I'm trying to say is that's what it is. So now we're going to go ahead and scrap him. And now we're going to scrap him, which he was close to being a 2-star unit. But in that one battle, so that was kind of cool to have that like that. And now I have another 7,000 veterans when I had it totally emptied. So that is that. And we have our 3 units. And I got him. I have these 2. So, and now, like I said, technically, so technically I can now get him up to 1,500. And I still have 12,000. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I need one more, and I would probably want another artillery unit. I mean, I would really love to have a cavalry unit, but it would be too costly at this point. I can always decide after the next battle if I have enough money to create a cavalry unit, if that's all that I wanted to do. But again, the issue always is when you get to that grand battle, are you going to buy the weapons that you like? And in this campaign, I only like these 2 weapons. And for the cavalry, I like this, the Colt. And for the skirmisher, I like this weapon right here, which is only 10, but I'm not too concerned with that at the moment. The moment is that I just want, because don't forget, only 4 of these are going to go into the battle. The others are going to sit it out and gain a little bit of training, which career-wise, I only have 3 points in training, but that'll give us some type of training stat, so that's okay. And so, alright, so now what I got to figure out is the unit that I want to make. And again, you know, I'm gonna just buy this guy here, and you can see right here he's got 1262, so he's got a lot of experience, so we will apply that and cancel. I want an artillery unit. And we'll take this guy right here. And we'll go with this gun here because we have a lot of them.
Sir, yes, sir!
And we'll create the unit. And we know we can go to 12, I believe. But again, hey, you know, funny thing is, it's not showing. Yeah, it's not showing a penalty. Alright, well, let's go ahead and do that for right now. Oh, yeah, it's okay, yeah, right. Here is the penalty, but not under efficiency. Alright, so we got efficiency with this guy at 25, and this guy is at 28. So, and matter of fact, he doesn't have any experience at all. Like, look at. Yet, you know, so, yeah, so, again, Siegfried had better stats when I created this guy from Siegfried. So now I have this money here. And if you look at it, right, we got Cable and Kemper here, which are very good officers. And so basically, if I look at this, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 8 units. And so technically, oh yeah, and I don't have these weapons. Okay, so, alright, so he's got the rebores. And so if one of these guys takes the Springfields, could I bump him up to 1500? And then that would mean, could I bump him up now that we got the Mississippi's available? And bump him up to 1500. Okay, and then that would give me 5,000 in supply. Only 528 left. I got 5,900 recruits, and I have 6,018 veterans. And then I have the config set to normal now, and stuff like that, and not with the historical numbers up, so therefore when I face the battles. But, and again, all these guys are in the first corps, so they're all gonna have accuracy. And you know, I tell you what, because of what this weapon is, but I can always change it out later, but if I got one of these guys with the shell, maybe I can go with the other one with canister and just try that. Because either way, these are not the best for canister, but because if you look at those, like the Napoleon, if I look at the Napoleon one, you can see at close it's 100% on damage. So Napoleon is definitely better than this one. But I don't have a lot of Napoleons, and I have a lot of these, so it's what's available. Like, yeah, because if I take 4 Napoleons and if I buy 3, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying for up close, it is what it is. And so again, Quinn, we're going to go ahead and punch him up and put him to that. And so basically, what I wanted to show in this is that all I did was buy all of these officers, the lowest officer available. And I used the one officer that was here to create this army that is good enough to go into the grand battle. And so these 4 guys are just gonna sit here and do absolutely nothing. And these 4 will do the next battle. I don't know if there'd be an interest of me showing that, but this is all that I wanted to show about that. So I believe that is all that, yeah, because that's all that I can do. Like if I just show you this is what we got in the armory. That's that. And the barracks. And like I said, I got these 2 officers. Now, only these 4 units will be in the battle. So if one of them goes down, that officer can replace them. Or this officer can be replaced with these 2. Otherwise, I don't have any money I don't have much money to have a replacement officer, and I have 5,000 in supply. And so I think, that's going to be the best that I can do with what I've got and stuff like that. So maybe I'll show that battle later on. So anyways, this is all I wanted to do. So no matter, I'll save this. Like, I'll go ahead and save it as South MG Light. And I'll call this one it's one camp, and I'll just do a double A. Because if I were to load the MG South 1A, and then notice I have a north one, but the south one, so we're gonna just scrap this for a moment, but I saved it because this is what I want to do that next battle. But let me just show you this one right here. This is what I made without doing what I just showed you. Okay? Like, this is the way I made it like a while back. And I made Siegfried, Kemper, and Cable at 1750 with the MGs. So I was able to do that. And I made Mercy with the ordnance at 14 guns instead of 12 in the other one that I just showed you. And then over here, I bought better officers to make these units that would be bumped up later on after this next battle to get the first Bull Run and have the 8 units. But I've got 8,000 veterans because I didn't bump these guys up to 1,500. And then I would have bumped these guys down to 1,500 or whatever in that other one. But I mean, so you see I have 8,000 veterans. And I have 5,000 in supply, and I have 400 here. And I have this one officer in the barracks. So I would have to ask you, and then if I look at the armory, you can see that I kept this, but I sold a lot of things, and I left 14 guns here because I would want to make one more artillery unit. And then, like in distress call or whatever it is, like if we look at this, yeah, like Newport News, Newport News, right? If I say I start it, but let me go ahead and camp. And this one has 14 and we got 480, but we're gonna camp for just a moment. And I don't mean to keep dragging this camp video. I'm just trying to explain a few things to show you the difference. So again, which do you think would be better? And for what reason? Do I go in with this? Right? But like I said, I think, and then, obviously I bought, Preston was here, and I bought Mark Jackson and Poe. And that means I didn't take Archer. And so I don't, in this one, I don't have the penalty, the morale penalty. No morale penalty. Because I did not take him. And that's why this didn't go down. And so the difference is that I bought some officers here better. But in the other camp, I showed you that I just bought captains. And I just think, and I have 2 officers here that are really good. So I'm just, thinking the many things that you can do in this game, but I'm gonna go ahead and load this up. And I'm just saying, for me, I think this is better. Because if any of these officers get killed, it didn't cost me much. You know what I'm saying? And this way these guys can get, and then these guys here, you know what's gonna happen. If these guys are gonna sit out one battle, like for example, this one battle that this guy, these 4 units are gonna sit out. Beale here, he's almost maxed out. So he can in just one battle, not even being in one battle, he might make it to a major and stuff. I don't think these guys will gain enough. Yeah, I don't think they'll gain enough for one battle, but that'll be something interesting. But this is the way that I'm thinking I would go into the next battle with these 4 units. I mean, could I? Yeah, see, I don't even have enough. It's gonna cost $750. I don't even have enough to make it 13 guns. So, yeah. So I mean, this is the max that I can do, I think. So I think I'm going to be better off doing it this way, because I already have the units I need for the grand battle. Where in the other one, I have the units started, but I don't have them fully manned yet. So I mean, and then if this throws off the scaling, like if by me already having the 8 units for this battle, if this is going to scale up to 17,000, and if I put my army in, I'm gonna have 14, almost 15 to their 17 with 48. Of course, I have 4 more units in here that I'm gonna use, and we're all at full strength pretty much. So I mean, if that bumped up the numbers, and let's just camp for a moment. And let's take a look at the grand battle without doing the Newport News. And we'll just show this right here for just a second. And if I punch those 8 in, we're at 25-8 against 27 and 71. So yeah. To me, it's gonna be interesting. This is on MG Light, but this is the army I think I want to have already created, and I still have a balance of 6,000 veterans. And so, just give me your opinion if you think this is a good start or not. It just depends on the player, I guess. But anyways, no matter where you are in the world, have a great day, have a great evening. Please take care of yourselves. Be kind to others. God bless to you in your own religion. This is your friend Jeff signing out. Adios, amigos, and adios, the lovely amigas.